Well, welcome to Bowman Park for round 7 FQPL5 action. Today, Bardon Latrobe face Westside Grovely, neighbouring team, and these two teams have met several times in FQPL5 and its previous incarnations over the various seasons. A team that's very familiar to Bardon Latrobe, and anyone who has been around Bardon Latrobe will know the guy that's with me today. Bardon Latrobe club legend, former coach of several sides, and now I believe still out there in the over 35s Division 1 side. Mr. Bounds, David Bounds, welcome to Bowman Park.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Ryan. Really appreciate being back at Bowman. It's been a long time since I sat here on a Saturday watching football, so it's going to be exciting to commentate with you today.
Delighted to have you. So obviously we're having a quick chat before the game, and I asked you, what do you think of the keys to the game today in this matchup between Bardon and Westside?
Yeah, probably made the keys in my eyes for Bardon today would be obviously to get back to winning ways. I think over the past couple of weeks we've suffered a couple of losses, one being the Kangaroo, Point Rovers, and then obviously Narangba. For me, having a quick chat with Russell Mapry before the game, I think it's important that their playing style involves their wingers. I think we've got some decent pace out wide, and with the skinny pitch of Bowman Park, hopefully we can get a few byline cutbacks to the 6-yard or penalty spot and score a few goals today.
That sounds good, mate. Hello there, Mr. Percy.
We're getting hounded here, mate, for a few guys.
This will happen as we go. As Austin Boardman, captain for Bardon Latrobe, let's get us underway here. And back to Ben Stanley back in the team today, which is great to see. He's been instrumental for us. He's been instrumental for us in the games he's been able to play for us, Mr. Bounds. So it's Pablo for Westside, number 8, who's gotten the ball through, and Teresi deals with that one comfortably.
That's a yellow! Yeah, that's a yellow, I believe. I'm sporting conduct, man!
Interesting to see how Westside have started their formation, Ryan. From what I can see, mate, it looked like they play the captain coach Bryce Anson as a holding midfielder, maybe a 6, and we're probably looking at a bit of a 4-4-2, maybe with a floating 9-10, creating a bit of a 4-5-1 formation. But we'll see how that goes throughout the game.
That's skipper there for Westside, Robinson, getting forward. Number 15, wearing the armband. Very distinctive player, coming all the way back from centre back and getting the ball across to Pablo, who tees Sanchez was that? Thank you. Overden's away there, and that's probably an early booking there for
young Bryce
Anson.
No, looks like it was one of those first 5-minute challenges that you get away from murder.
Get a bonus tackle in there. Flynn Ovenden, as you know, huge threat.
Good Bardon boy.
With that though, getting away down the wing, something you're going to have to worry about if you're playing fullback.
Yeah, I think Eddie Bergen's going to have his hands full for Westside today against Flynn Ovenden. Hopefully Ovo gets to change over to the left at some point, cutting in on his right foot, get some success. Ball's in the middle third, goes out to the right back.
So here's a first look at McLennan. I believe you were told this might be the one to look for.
Yeah, I got told he was going to play up front today, but it looks like he's floated out onto the right-hand side and pushed himself back into an 8.
Well, Boardman takes it off the keeper there and turns and shoots and scores. Bardon Latrobe up already in the first minute, picking Khan's pocket. And I'm not sure how he picked his pocket, but we got the ball.
Across to the replay, right fullback comes up. Bardon bobble back to Khan, who didn't look cosy on his left foot there, which is where Boardman's picked it up and obviously slotted away. That's a great start for Bardon, Ryan. Again, the Bardon bobble in that back third, you've got to be careful if teams come here and don't understand it, but sometimes you've got to clear your lines in the first 5 minutes.
Well, great for Boardman there to get his 3rd goal of the season. Great to have the Bardon Latrobe youngster back at the club and proving his valuable, I think he was a capital 2 or whatever we were in at the time, player of the season.
He was.
And you can see the quality, sniffed that opportunity, and we're away.
So Westside's got the ball, they come to recycle. They told me before the game they like to recycle, go left to right, Ryan, create some width. It's an interesting start by them. They've sort of done exactly what was said to Mapry with the byline stuff.
Wonderful ball there from Sanchez, out to Joy, I believe, Gibbs Joy. We'll go with Joy for the sake of that, and Gold playing left back stamps it out.
Spot on.
Well, a great start for Bardon. 1-0 up. McLennan
Short corner.
gives joy, and
Oh,
the fullback there, Bergen, was up from the back
Was.
and sniffing at the back post, but Bardon did just enough.
just no. I think Bardon's got to be careful of that. They look like they exposed us 3v1 at the back stick.
So you're giving the Bardon bobble an assist there, are you, Mr. Bounds?
I've experienced it multiple times, mate. A good mate of mine, Ben Elliott, in over 35s Div 1, I hear 2 weeks ago, may have had a bit of a Bardon bubble moment.
What a stitch up. Actually was on the carpet at Westside myself last night.
Oh,
Let's not talk about the result. McLennan plays in Pablo.
Pablo. He looks pretty good on the ball, Pablo.
Yeah, I did see Pablo last season. Unfortunately, Westside got the best of us both games last year, and Pablo was probably the standout player in my eyes on the pitch.
It does look like that formation I mentioned at the start with Westside, they've gone with Pablo and McEnley number 10 in front of Anson in the centre of midfield. So it looks like they've gone 2 number 10s, 7-11 out wide, and then obviously just a lone striker up front against Teresi and Matheson.
You'll be pleased to know, Mr. Bounds, we have viewers commenting and telling us they're enjoying the game. We have Dominic Gurges, probably with the legend that is Andrew Gurges, down in Melbourne, the hipster capital
Love it.
of Australia, watching while enjoying from home.
Love those boys down there in Geelong. I think his brother's going to be a Dr. Gurges, I heard whispers, in a few years' time.
From strapping the boys on a Saturday to Dr. Gurges, what a story.
What a story.
So back to the action here. Bergen again gets forward and into Workman, who's playing the 9 role. McLennan.
Joy.
Gold. McLennan to Joy. Gold come through the back there. A little bit naive.
Just a quick analysis over the first 4 minutes. There's already been 3 or 4 diagonal balls out to that right side for Westside where they've tried to create a 1v1, or if not a 2v1 with the overloading fullback. So Gold's going to have his hands full.
They're saying they're trying to get a lot of joy down that side.
Spot on, mate. Great pun.
That one's for free. McLennan stands over this one as the referee comes to inspect the ball. It's not at the right required.
It's not at the right KPA, PSI.
It's not. So we'll have a switch. And a nice pass there from the AR.
Actually signed the AR up for Bardon with that right.
The US side fans to our left were giving him a little bit of stick from his refereeing in the first game, but it was a comfortable win for the West Side on the 23s.
5-1, I think, mate.
Yeah. And that was a wonderful goal in that game. McLennan gets this one in there. A very dangerous ball into the box.
So we're probably 5.5 minutes in, mate, and from what my stats say is that I think Westside have gone in the box 3 to 4 times into Bardon's 1. And it's interesting that Bardon have obviously won the alarm. Shows you that mistakes cost teams, especially at Bowman Park.
Just retrieving the ball here. It's gone into the
I think we
creek. Perkins recovers the ball. Perkins just the 1 clean sheet so far this season in the first game here against Aldbridge. So looking for a second one, I would say today.
Fingers crossed for the Bardon faithful.
He gets us back underway. Bourneman's going to compete here with Anson. Bit tight there, but Mapri comes out with it, and great tackle from Anson on Ovenden. He can't get underway. Mapri picks it up here, looks out wide for Perez. Perez does get to it, but
Stagnetti with the clearance there. Again, another 1v1 on that right side, Ryan.
That's what they're looking for. Gold shields that one out, gets it back into Eric Kingera. He's been playing the 6 role for us, Mr. Bounds. I think you'll like the guy's effort and work rate.
Yeah, I have. I've watched a few games. I do really like Eric. I think he does bring a bit to the table in Bardon. He reminds me of a smaller Jack Goulot, from the great Jack Goulot from Marist in his days when he was here at Bardon. Moved on to bigger and better things, from what I heard.
The bench at Samford.
Correct.
Just jokes.
Look forward to Jack Goulot coming back to Bardon at some point in his football career.
Well, we've asked every time we see him.
Hopefully his Will Gulo, his brother, signs for us one day.
Gold gets that away now, and Boardman holds it up, does well. Gets it back to Mappery, who tries to play the first time ball to Ovenden. Is unable to release him. Here's Pablo.
Pablo again.
Good ball into Sanchez. Bergen tried the overlap, but Melville White does enough. Goes direct this time, and Perkins should be the favourite and should get to that one first.
Well done, goalkeeper. Goes out right side.
Melville White forward to Ovenden. Great first time ball to Mappery, but his return pass is overhit, and Ovenden won't get onto that one.
Mappery's getting on the ball, just lacks a little bit of quality with his passing. But hopefully he fixes that in the next few minutes, and I think he's going to be dangerous by the looks of this.
Lino, tell him! Lino, tell him!
The Westside supporters are a bit up and about here to our left, Ryan. They didn't like that decision. Melville Wright with the throw on the right-hand side. Mappery one-on-one with the captain. Looks like it's...
Bardon ball again. Good to see.
Again, Westside look like they compact in that back third. They like to put 6 behind the ball as much as they possibly can.
Bergen gets that one away.
If not 7.
Mappery down to Melville White, gets it back. He's unable to get around Robinson. He gives him a little shirt pull, and Robinson lashes out with a kick, and
he didn't like that, did he?
Mappery gives him a little push for his trouble. The referee's not going to have a word with Robinson for his kick out. Has a quick chat to Mappery.
Yeah, decent by the captain. He likes the old big red thick armband there and stood up to the young whippersnapper. So put him in his place. Diagonal ball to the right again.
Gold cuts that one out easily.
Gold's done very well for these first 10 minutes, mate. He's definitely had a bit of heat on him out there, and he's adapted really well.
Ball is into Workman. He's trying to find a pass, I think.
Yeah.
And Perez is going to come back and help out his defence. And it's a free kick to Bardon.
Yeah, interesting, mate. Good start. There's no doubt about that. I think Bardon will be happy with the 1-0 lead at the moment.
Gold. Long ball forward for looking for the height of Ovenden. Does well. Boardman now trying to bring it down and finds Melville White, whose first time ball to Ovenden is just a little bit overhit. And that will be a Westside ball.
Had a chat with Mappery before the game, Rhino. Mentioned these straight balls forward, mate. Bowman Park, it's not the best place to play straight balls. Everyone knows that I like a diagonal ball, but there's a bit to say about it with the skinniness of Bardon, or Bowman Park, I should say. Straight balls seem to always run away. Let's just analyse that throughout the game.
Robinson plays it across there, and Stagnetti doesn't get the ball, doesn't control the ball, but gets back.
Recovered. Here we go, 2v1 on the left-hand side. They've exposed us here. Gold's out. And something's going on. Something's going on there.
You've got to at least book him for that. He's 1-on-1.
Teresi is called back for the foul. And
I don't know who was worse this time.
He's definitely, for the guys that are down in Geelong, Marcus Teresi looks very, very Gattuso-like at the moment, right?
So he's given the free kick to Westside. I think they would have preferred to play on.
Yeah, definitely, mate. They were in there.
Can we get an instant replay on that on live?
So, no, he's reversed
He's reversed it.
It's Bardon ball. Can't explain that one, even though we're being asked by the Westside faithful. Gold gets it forward.
Yeah, poor ball there by Gold, but Bardon just got to settle the game down again. They got exposed there, which we mentioned in the first 10 minutes. Ball's out to the right fullback there, Ryan.
Stagnetti did not look comfortable, but he finds McLennan. Boardman doing his work in there with Perez. Probably give a free kick away.
Middle third. It's okay.
And Anson's going to play that one forward first time, but Matheson's there and he heads back to his keeper.
Perkins.
I have to say, Matheson's been a personal favourite of mine so far, Bounds. Good to have a tough fighting centre pack. Overton might get onto this one though.
Interested in Bob Perkins there. He varied it up, which was great.
Linesman gives the decision to goal kick. Yeah, Perkins can reach the length of the pitch with his kicks. He can actually throw it just about as far as well.
Yeah. I had a good chat with Perko at the presentation last year, and I really liked the guy's character. And I did hear some good things about him in the games that I've watched so far. I'm pretty impressed. Hopefully he sticks around at Bowman Park for a long time to come.
Robinson plays this forward first time, looking for Sanchez. Melville White gets a touch on it though, and there'll be a throwing to Westside.
Interesting. The game's gone a little bit more direct all of a sudden, Ron. I don't know if you've noticed that in the last 3 minutes.
Perhaps Westside not looking to play it across Bowman Park and try and get forward straight up. This is into Workman, who plays it back. A little bit unsighted here. And Teresi gets it away to Perez. Mapri on the ball now. He's going to play it to Ovenden.
Pass 13, pass forward. Your shit. Referee!
There's a free kick there given against Bergen. Just over the halfway line, the referee indicates.
I think I may have got sent off by this referee last time.
There's not many referees that haven't had your name at some point, Mr. Bounce. Here's Mapri. This touch is a little bit over.
And Mapri's
That's a yellow there for Mapri. I didn't quite see the reason for that.
Yeah, the instant replay, I think Mapri was on the floor, 3v1. We're going back to a bit of a kick-off here.
Shut your mouth and play.
Didn't get that one, that's okay. Robinson is standing over this free kick.
He's going to go diagonal right on his left foot here, Taylor. There you go.
Again, looking for that ball. Gold's up for that one. I'll just explain to people watching at home, Facebook and YouTube, we do have Westside supporters to our left. So if you picked up any foul and abusive language there, I do apologise. I believe the president of Westside's sitting with them, so I'm sure we'll have that under control soon.
Even the two brown Labradors aren't really impressed with that language, right, from what I can tell.
Gold here wins the header.
Stanley getting in there.
Robinson cuts that one out. Goes back. Anson's there. Boardman harassing.
Yeah, needs the press.
After what happened last time.
Perez is press Stagnetti here. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this.
Beautiful.
Oh.
Yep, and Bardon have come up with it.
Correct.
Smith tackle on Boardman though, just gets a foot in. There's Pablo. Ovenden gets in, and the referee gives a free kick. Very stop-start now. Bergen, back to Anson. Eric cuts in as he does. Mapri out to Ovenden. Into Mapri. Mapri plays a ball out to Perez. Beautiful ball out to Perez, who collects that one. Stanley picks it up, and Anson cuts that one out. Matheson plays back to Melville White. Popped his collar today, Mr. Bounds.
Yeah, noticed that. That's a bit of swagger by the lad.
Taking advantage of the Vito designed new kit. Stanley takes one on early.
Didn't mind that. Keeper was off his line there, Taylor, in between the penalty spot and the 6-yard box.
Stanley has a couple of goals for us so far this season. 2 away at Willowburn in that early win. He's been out for a couple of games as well with an injury, so great to have him back today.
I did arrive at the ground, and the president, Sam Irvine Casey, told me about a guy called Stanley, president's favourite from what I hear.
President shouldn't have favourites. Here's Mapri. Plays it to Melville White, who's overheaded again. Brown just getting a little bit into Mapri here. It's never helpful when you're the coach's nephew.
Definitely support their team, Westside. Ball gets played out of Robinson, left-footed obviously, mate.
Left foot only?
Yeah, we've picked up that in the first 17 minutes.
Matheson does well to get there first, and the referee is going to penalise Sanchez there for backing in. He explains his actions.
And we'll give it to him. Although once you get short.
Matheson again looking for options.
Yeah, you got your fight. You've
Going to go to Aussie, who competes with Stagnetti, but can't win that one. With no Snape for Bardon today, we don't have that option to play directly into the striker like that, I don't think.
No, I agree, mate. I don't think it's the way that Bardon should be playing.
Khan goes all the way back to Perkins. Keeper to keeper. There's that throw we were talking about from Perkins, who finds Melville White. Ivenden picks up the ball there. McLennan to Anson. Beautiful little triangle. And Ivenden cuts that one out.
Really good there by Westside. Some good passing patterns there. Just had a bit of a fall here, Ryan. I'm just going to grab my pad back here, mate.
Bergen plays down the line to Sanchez. Melville White watching closely, but Sanchez gets around him, and Kangera's there to cover. Sanchez is asking the referee that if there was a tug on his shirt, but there's a corner to Westside, I think.
So we're the old corner count, mate, going into the first, 18 minutes. It looks like Westside's got 3. I haven't recorded Bardon with the corner yet, so shows you where probably the front third for Westside has gone. They definitely like to go byline. They either get a few crosses or do get a corner.
Cross goes in deep. Robinson's there, and he goes back across goal. And I think there was someone on the back post trying to put it in. I think it was Pablo.
Yeah, if we can all read some replay on that, I'll comment on that if that's all right. We just had a minor error here with the kickoff coming back online, but just for the viewers, if you can reflect back on that corner again, the back stick was exposed by Bardon. Something that we need to look at adjusting.
The Italian countryside. Well up, Eddie.
Looks like a challenge in the middle of the park. Sanchez wins the foul there. Bergen is on the ball with his left foot again. Westside coaching group talked about recycling and going out the other side. It seems like since the first minute of that occurring, that error, they've sort of taken that out of their game. Bergen's on the ball here.
Some more audience feedback here for us, Mr. Bounds. John Dungy, I believe, used to play football once in his life, has said that he's loving your commentary and your admiration for Westside's left-footed centre-back. So a bit of feedback there for you as well.
Thank you, mate. I do love a left-footed centre-back, you know that.
Perez picks up that ball and plays it out to Melville White.
13.
He plays it through to Mapri, but Clancy will cut that one out. But Ovenden skips in. And that's a great challenge there from Robinson. But, he jumps over the ball.
Good challenge.
Take him off, he's playing against you. Keep 13 on, please. Like invited the family dinners.
I'd like to see Ovenden flip across to the left-hand side, mate. It seems like 20 minutes into the game we've pretty much gone a static formation with the wingers. Be interesting to see how he goes against the young fella number 19 on the right-hand side and against Stagnetti at right centre-back.
Stagnetti plays that one forward. I think it's going to drop for Perkins. And he plays it out to Melville White straight away. Melville White looking for his options. Plays it to Ovenden. Bergen's in strong.
That's another turnover.
Stanley gets in now, McLennan.
That's a yellow, it's so blatant. That's a yellow! Yellow! Yellow!
Westside, as you may not be able to hear to my left, are asking for a yellow.
Take control of the game!
Referee happy just to have a quick chat as it was coming together. McLennan picks up the ball, looks out to that ball that you've been talking about.
Spot on, mate.
So Sanchez gets forward here, Ovenden comes back and Melville White cuts that one out for another corner to Westside.
Quarter number 4, mate. Again.
13 on, yeah. 13, can you make a pass?
Yeah, young Mappery's copping a bit of heat from the Westside reserve team, mate. He's
What can I do?
copping a bit of heat. There's no doubt about that. Hopefully the young fella can is resilient, mate, and can get past that, because he seems like he's a good little player. Just as long as his head doesn't get lost in the enthusiasm of the Westside supporting group.
The ball goes long. Boardman gets up, and there's going to be a free kick there. The referee spotted something in the middle.
Perkins on the ball. Looks like we're going to set up for a bit more direct again.
As the sunshine comes across Bowman Park on a Saturday afternoon, Mr. Bounds, no better place to be.
No, it's a place where I spent many a day, mate. There's no doubt about that.
Boardman's going to win that one and flicks it onto Ovenden.
This is the 1v1 we want.
Robinson gets in. Finds Melville White, gets it back to Ovenden.
Yes, Fabry!
Kingara's going to pick that one up and he loops it into the back post. Perez gets there first over Smith, but the header is wide.
Just wide.
Ball into the box and a header.
Good ball there, boy. I think it's Eddie, or Eric, sorry, my
Kingara.
apologies, Kingara. Does get around the pitch, there's no doubt about that, young Eric.
Robinson there. Pablo gets a bit lucky with his touch. And then goes straight out of play.
Keep playing for us, 13.
Here comes Melville White.
Westside man of the match.
Yeah, with that lovely pop collar.
Good touch.
He's lost it! And again, he's lost it.
Kingara beautifully holds up Pablo there. Boardman tries to come back and help him out, but
Trampoline for boots.
and here comes Kingara. Teresi gets it back to Perkins. And that one's a little bit too long. It'll come all the way through to Khan.
He doesn't have much to do today, Marcus Tracy, from what I can sense, mate. The first 25 minutes just seems to be marking that striker. Doing a good job on him.
Pete Weller now in touch. The
Pistol Pete.
former Bardon Latrobe goalkeeper, unfortunately had to move across to Westside Metro, I believe, this year, but always welcome down here, and even though he's an Aston Villa fan, as you know, that hurts me. Workman can't control that one. Matheson,
Well done by Matheson there.
textbook defending. Do you want to talk us through that?
Yeah, good work by Matheson there. Pushed him into the pocket, made sure he was facing backwards, mate, and obviously pushed him to the line, which created a throw out.
Pablo gets in on him there. And Melville White will get us back underway.
Don't give it to him now, you lose.
Finds Flynn. Melville White loops it in. Perez has got that height advantage over Smith. Tries a turn, but Smith reads it. And he runs out of room there and almost runs into the dog. Watching a game on 6C over there.
Good to see all the kids still playing at Bardon, mate. In Bowman Park, it's always packed house on a Saturday.
Perez loops that one in, almost falls for Boardman. And Robinson is going to get this one away. Comes inside.
This one's got him.
Did well there not
Well
to
done.
dive in. Comes back to Stanley, who gets his shot off, but it's blocked by Anson.
Correct.
And McLennan clears away. Matheson with a great header. Finds Kingara.
Well done. Great
Comes back
recycle.
to Teresi. He's going to try and play it out wide here to Melville White. Maybe a touch too much on that one.
Yeah, 2v1 option there, mate. If he played on the floor.
Sanchez gets away there from a couple. He's going to look for Joy, but plays it to McLennan first, who tries to come back inside. Kingara does enough to hold him up, and McLennan's shot goes high and wide.
I don't think Bardon will be too unhappy with that, with McLennan having shots from 25 yards, mate. I'd rather him hit it from there than they get exposed on the outsides and get some cutbacks against him. So well done again to the back four.
So we enter into the 28th minute of the game. It is 1-0. early goal for Boardman after a bit of a defensive mix-up for Westside. Westside probably had the better of the chances after that though, as Workman gets the ball there. Joy plays it back to Workman, but Teresi reads that well. Kangera to Stanley, and Matheson will complete the clearance. Finds Perez. He's looking for a first-time ball through to Ovenden. It's probably not on. But Bergen getting back here. It's not going to roll out, so he's going to have to deal with it. And Melville White does enough with Sanchez.
Been pretty impressive, Melville White, Ryan.
Yeah, again, he's been solid for us, actually. Credit at right back. Pretty consistent, I think, ever present.
Yeah, guys told me he come from North Star, so a great little signing for Russell Mapri. Definitely.
Boardman does enough there against Stagnetti with the header, but Ovenden not close enough. Khan will get us back underway. Melville White watching that one closely and doesn't let it bounce. Stanley gets in there too. Ovenden isn't able to control that one though. Matheson comes in early on Workman and completes the clearance.
Robinson.
Boardman picks
Got him.
Robinson's pocket there and he's away. He's looking for options in the middle. Finds Ovenden. Ovenden drives through and with a left foot.
Great goal.
Absolutely top corner from Flynn Ovenden. What a lovely finish after being found beautifully from Boardman. Talk us through that one.
Yeah, great play again, Austin Boardman. As again, I know the replay hasn't come up on the viewing here, but mate, if we're just going to try again. No, we're not. Yes, we are. No, we're not.
Sorry, a few gremlins today on the replays.
Just when I'm about to do my best work, the computer won't work. But look, at the end of the day, great work by Austin Boardman. Again, took the ball off the centre back and then found Ovo with a 2v1. And a good finish by Flynn, near post.
It may have been a toe poke, but I actually did score one of those last season as well, Mr. Bounds, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with a good toe poke.
The old Ryan Taylor toe poke.
Well, I don't like to name it after myself, but I did get one last year. One of one. Teresi doing some work here and enough to get Workman out.
Another corner
We'll
for
just
Westside.
update that score to 2-0 to Bardon Latrobe now. So a little bit against the run of play there, but we'll take it.
I agree, mate. Back on the old point of the toe poke, man. There's plenty of people that played at Bardon that are good at toe poke. There's no doubt about that. I think Graham Phillippe's good at toe poke. There's no doubt about that, but he plays them from left full back.
He's never controlled a ball in his life, that man.
The guy that was on the comments before, John Dungy, he knows how to do a toe poke.
So I think McLennan's on the corner. Boardman does enough. Good defending from Bardon again.
Notice Westside like to go deep when they deep with their corners, mate.
Probably looking for Robinson at the back post and a couple of others.
Correct. 5 corners in the first 30 minutes. And again, Bardon have defended them really well.
Westside will get us back underway here with Sanchez. Sorry, it was Bergen to Sanchez. And Gold clears. Mapri can't get it under, and Anson's on the ball here. Nice little piece of work there to get it to McLennan, who finds Bergen.
Inside
who
overload.
finds Sanchez. He's going to run out of space there, I think. Gets it in, and Perkins will claim that one. So good ball across.
Great ball. We were
Probably
lucky.
some good defending from Gold there, actually, to get there ahead of Joy.
Yeah, very interesting, mate. Definitely dangerous. We talked about this ball line cut.
Teresi out to the right back. Melville White finds Ovenden. Bergen gives him some close attention. That's a foul on Ovenden.
He's drawing a few fouls, young Flynn Ovenden. He's definitely copping a bit of heat every time he's on the ball.
Always a handful. That helping Melville White get that ball back into play early. And Ovenden isn't able to control that one, but Mapri's in the fight for it. Ovenden's got it, I think.
Yep.
Good competition there for the ball, and Bardon get that one. He finds Mapri. Clancy's on his back. And the fullback does well to cut that one out.
Nice ball, all 13. Did I teach them the States?
And Ovenden plays a 1-2 with Melville White, and he finds Stanley. Robinson comes across well. Stanley gets back.
Good battle in the
competition. And the referee gives the free kick to Bardon.
Interesting, good battle in the corner there. I probably had Clancy Robinson as winning that free kick, but the left centre back for Westside, he definitely knows what he's doing. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, he, as I said, he sported a quite large bouffant haircut last season, and you could spot him from a mile away, but he was an impressive player, despite some of the Bardon faithful maybe making reference to Sideshow Bob. As Maffrey gets the ball in, plays it too deep, and that's probably going to draw some comments from the Westside faithful.
There
you go.
Definitely. He was definitely kicking that to the opposite corner flag line, but look, the young fella's hopefully keeps his head. 33 minutes in, we're looking for a new ball here.
Have you not played football?
Interesting. There's not been clear-cut chances for any Westside comeback here at the moment. Bardon have definitely taken their opportunities when they've had them, which is really positive for Maffrey's side, Ryan.
Here's Stagnetti, and he gets the ball up forward. And here's Gold. Plays it to Boardman.
Still got it, Ryan.
Boardman has a shot, and oh my gosh, wow. What a wonder goal from Boardman. That is a fantastic effort and goal into the top corner. What a finish. That's drawing.
Instant replay on that, Ryan. Here we go. Boardman turned dancing. 2v1 on the right centre back. Stanley's off his leg. Boardman just grabs it. Oh my God, that's top class.
Top Aussie corner Boardman, from Boardman, 2 in the game.
I was going to say, that was a great goal.
3 shots.
Julio Centenaro there comes in for some commentary for us.
He does.
Top class goal.
I don't think Julesy scored many of them in his life, mate. But if anyone's listening, they can obviously get on the comments and correct me. But I wouldn't assume that Julesy's scored many of those.
Workman gets Westside back underway. Probably quite unlucky to find themselves 3-0 down here now, Mr. Bounds.
I think we've had 3 shots on goal, to be honest, Ryan. We scored every time. I don't know.
Stop that last one. Anson plays it out to Bergen.
That might be a good luck charm, mate. Or at least for the first 35 minutes anyway.
Sorry, Mr. Parker, you've lost your job. Gold cuts that one out. And here's Smith. Kangara picks that one off. Ovenden gets down the wing.
I'd love him to go byline, Ryan. Loved him just to accelerate then.
Sanchez does enough, comes up with the ball. Melville White giving him some close attention.
Oh, they've exposed us here.
Out, Gold out of position. So Gibbs Joy plays it out to Workman. And Workman gets it back in, and Matheson is there yet again.
Great defending by Bardon, mate. If you have a look at that, they got exposed on the left-hand side, but all of a sudden 6 players quickly got behind the ball. Really good. Great. Really good to see. Compact. Fullbacks coming across. Definitely keen to keep a clean sheet, there's no doubt about that.
Gold's going to get there first for that one, headed away. Perez is competing with Smith, I think.
Yes.
And Perez does enough. And he's going to get that one through to Mappri. He's going to play a first-time ball out to Ovenden. Gets that under. Finds Kangara. Bardon just knocking it around a bit now. Bit of time and space to do so. Melville White's looking for an option though, and goes to Boardman.
Standing.
And Smith, bit of miscommunication there, gets it away.
I saw that from a mile away, mate. Stanley made that second line run past Boardman. There was good vision there. I don't know who it was. I think it was Eric or Melville White for that diagonal pass. Definitely caught Westside napping there, but dealt with by Smith at right fullback.
For Bardon's first corner?
Second corner, mate.
Second corner of the game. First from that side. Yep. Gold and Stanley over it. Gold will probably take up duties on this one. Whips it in. Perez, it's going to come back to Ovenden. Ovenden whips it back post. Matheson's there. Stanley gets in front. Boardman's there looking for his hat-trick. Going to play it back out for Gold, who try and loop this one back in. Stagnetti and Smith combined to clear that one away.
Yep.
So Bardon pretty happy here, Mr. Bounds. 3-0 up at the 38th minute after a couple of losses in the last couple of games. And I think you were talking to the Westside coach before the game, and they just narrowly lost their last game in a close one to high-flying Yeronga, 3-1.
They did.
It's be disappointed to find themselves 3-0 down.
Yeah, I think they will
after
be,
such
mate.
a good performance in the last game.
Well, Westside, there's definitely some encouraging signs for them. I wouldn't write them off just quite yet, mate. Definitely can play football. There's no doubt about that in certain areas. They just got to obviously limit those mistakes. And Austin Boardman's made them pay a couple of times, and obviously Finn Overton with that third one. So we'll wait and see what happens for the next 50 minutes, mate.
Westside are currently in 7th with 2 wins and 3 losses. They finished 6th last season with a very good season for them. Matheson competes there and wins. Ovenden is paying close attention to Sanchez, but Sanchez gets away from Melville White as well. Into the corner, gets the cross in, and Matheson is there again to cut that one out. Anson picks the ball up, and Kangera combines to stop that one, but McLennan picks it up. McLennan with his left foot, Perkins is able to claim that one.
Settling the game down here, Perkins. He puts it long again. Versus a 1v2, even with an overload by Overton here on the right-hand side.
Beautiful work from Boardman. That hit Clancy's hand as Overton gets the shot away. That is fantastic to see there.
Great work by Bardon, and the first real save that Carnes really made, other than picking the ball out of his net. So good save by the young man.
Great shot on target from Overton. Great forward play from Boardman as well. Melville White clears. And it comes off Sanchez.
Mapri and his assistant coaches there, mate. Well, it looks like one of the assistant coaches has had a bit of a run-in with either a knee or pulled a calf muscle, mate, with one crutch.
They coach with intensity.
They do.
McLennan plays that ball that we've been talking about out to Gibbs Joy. Gold stands him up. And
interesting.
Encouraged to shoot, but unfortunately shots wide.
He's definitely got a bit about him, Gibbs Joy. He's just gone a little bit cold for the last sort of 20 minutes. They definitely got the ball out to him a lot more in that first 20, and young Aaron Gold did really well holding him out, mate, and they sort of haven't been able to get the ball over to him at this last 20 minutes and try and create that 1v1. So it'll be interesting to see what the coach for Westside says at half-time to his group.
Yeah, Andrew Gold definitely filling in at left back, played a few games there, and then out of the team again, and then back to left back and thriving. Overton gets up, that incredible jump that he's got as Boardman tries to get round Robinson. Gets back, uses his shoulder, and takes and Stanley air kicks there. But Boardman really giving Robinson a hell of a time. McLennan comes up with the ball.
Brett, you gotta come back and remember that.
Teresi a bit too close in. I'm not sure if the referee's pointing to 3 fouls.
Yeah, I think
take your pick, Westside.
I think he's pulled it up 30 yards out, Ryan, from what I can see on that instant replay.
That was the last one from Teresi.
If you have a look at the replay here, Ryan, Bardon loves to retreat to about 30 yards out, which is probably a good way of playing against Westside.
And Teresi's just a bit too over-enthusiastic.
Correct, mate. Looks like Bardon's just trying to limit that space in behind, which when the central midfield of Westside are facing forward, which is really, really good work by Bardon there. Some good street smarts by Teresi and his partners in crime at the back. So ball's going to come in from Anson here. Ryan again, looks like Robinson's at the back stick. They've gone deep, but they've gone for the striker to come back out here to their winger, number 11.
Sanchez.
I think it's Sanchez. He's gone byline on him again.
And runs out of space that time. Did get the ball across.
Has looked dangerous, there's no doubt about that. I know, apologies for forgetting his name just before, but Hugo Sanchez it is. The guys told me, the Westside coach told me this is his first game actually for Westside, mate. He come from Colombia. We've obviously had a few Colombians play at our club, and
some famous Colombians.
Great shout out to Jorge Vargas and Alfredo. They own obviously a cafe at the Gap there, I think.
Vicino.
Vicino. I was there this morning having the best cheese bread in town. So to all the viewers, make sure you support your local Bardon people.
Well, last time I was speaking to Alfredo, he said you're very much the regular there, Mr. Bounds.
That is true. My 3.5-year-old daughter thrives off his cheese bread. We were there today, as well as the Elliots and as well as Gordo from the over 35s, and I think half of the Bardon community by the sound of it.
McLennan comes in well there on Overton, cuts him out. Cheese bread's never available by the time I get there in the morning.
Special order, mate.
Here comes Melville White. Goes forward to Mappery. He wins the header. But Robinson's there to kick that one away. Workman wins the second ball. Teresi clears. Workman gives him a little bit of extra attention, which Teresi never shies away from. You'll remember that one. Boardman thinks that one was a handball, I think.
Yeah, interesting. Perez, I thought, could have had a sniff there. Just a bit placid in going for the ball.
Gold's clearance just hits Stanley, and then Matheson's clearance goes straight to Joy. McLennan picks it up, and his Pablo tried to play the ball through to Workman. It was almost on there for them.
It was, mate. Good football there. Westside definitely do have something going forward. It's just not happening for them at the moment.
As we approach the half-time, another big bomb from Perkins, which this time Stagnetti gets under, and Perez beats Smith to it. Needs to get his head up. Options on. Unfortunately, his ball inside goes to Pablo, who plays it to McLennan, who plays it straight away to Joy. Joy stands it up, looks for an option. His options to go backwards to Smith. Perez working back there, good to see. And Stanley picks the ball up. Beats his man. He's only got Boardman for help, who he finds. Boardman's going to try another shot there, I think, given the success he had with the last one.
And he's just
Unfortunately, that hits Bardon Latrobe.
It's one of the one of the young mothers, probably on the under 9s or 10s there. It's got one right on the back of the head there, Tace, but dealt with it well. She's still on the phone.
It wasn't a beat missed on the phone call.
No, definitely not.
Khan plays it to Stagnetti. As we go over into on time in the first half. And it's just not happening for Westside there at the moment.
Just a mistake there by Smith. Again, 30 yards out. Allow Bardon to take control and hopefully close the half out, I would say.
There's Perez looking for options. And the referee calls that half time. And Bardon Latrobe will go in 3-0 up. 2 goals from Boardman.
One from Ovenden, mate.
One from Ovenden, the toe poke. How could I ever forget? Into the top corner. We'll join you again after the half-time break. Well, welcome back to Bowman Park, where Bardon Latrobe find themselves 3-0 up against local rivals Westside Grovely. Fantastic first half, joined by Mr. David Bounds. As we get underway the second half, what do Bardon have to do here?
Yeah, mate, 3-0. I had a quick chat with Russell Mapper at half time. He said he was happy. He just said there's 45 minutes of football to come. So the coach probably didn't say much to me, but based on what he said there, I think they're probably going to absorb a bit of pressure in this first 15 minutes from what I can tell, and then see if they can close the game out in the last half an hour.
So Westside come down on the left flank there, but it's going to be a Bardon ball. The referee's just seen something he wants to overdone and Bergen getting into it.
For the viewers just crossing, obviously both sides haven't made any changes at half time, Ryan, from what I can tell. The formations seem to be the same again for both sides.
Mappery picks up the ball here and plays it out to Perez. Perez is going to stand up his fullback, which is Smith, and plays a lovely 1-2 with Boardman and gets into the box. Crosses it in. It's a bit deep, but it's going to find Ovington, who takes on the shot, but it's blocked by Bergen.
Good start by Bardon there, going to the getting Perez inside the 6-yard box on the outer pocket there.
Sanchez finds Bergen, playing down that wing, but Matheson's there to tidy up, and no nonsense defending, as we've become accustomed to with Blake.
Yeah, Blake's definitely got something, mate. He's no nonsense centre half, not a big frame, but definitely puts his body in, and he's been in the right places at the right time today.
Boardman puts Robinson under a little bit of pressure there from the clearance, and he finds Sanchez, but that one's going to go out of play. We just had a little bit of a change on the camera position there at half time, so hopefully the pole doesn't intrude as much in the second half. Always enjoy your commentary and feedback, those out there watching it. So Jake McDowell, who again I think is a retired footballer. Very much find him on the golf course these days, Mr. Bounds.
Yeah, I think you could find him on the golf course when he was a footballer, Rhino, to be honest. But Jakey McDowell, big frame, loved to put his body around. I think he definitely had some talent. Another lad that joined us late in his career, and good on him, mate. Good Bardon boy.
Anson's going to play it here to Stagnetti. And Teresi's in on Workman. And Boardman tries to bring that one down, gets it through Stag's legs. Anson picks up the ball, finds Joy. McLennan there just crowded out, and he gets back. Perez finds Mappery. Plays it into Ovington.
Just too crisp on it there, Ryan. They play Westside play out to Bergen on the left-hand side. There's not much movement up front. Pretty static. Sanchez on the left wing comes in on his left foot. Back into Workman, who's going to... every time he's got the ball today, he just seems to be getting 3 or 4 on him. He's not having much luck. He'd be pretty frustrated, I'd say, Ryan.
1-2 there's Ovington, Boardman. Boardman gets it through his legs, looks in the middle.
Ooh, dangerous.
Perez, I think, just had a bit of a head clash there with Smith. I think the referee's going to have to stop play here.
Dangerous ball.
Payton for the ball.
Good old Aussie Boardman's having a bit of a field day here in the first 48 minutes, Rhino, as we cross to an instant replay again. Workman, we spoke about, lost the ball. Aussie's picked the ball up between the lines again. He's played out to Ovington, and he's just made that channel run in behind the fullback, which has drawn Robinson out, and he rushed in on him. And again, 1v1 across the 6. Goalkeeper didn't deal with it. Again, pretty dangerous. So
positive signs.
Great positive signs by Bardon. As Westside's got the ball in that right-hand corner, Stagnetti down the line again. A long ball, Matheson cleans it up, mate, and just plays it out on the halfway.
Casually gets that one out of play. Matheson again, tidying up against Workman. Pablo didn't really influence play much in the first half. I maybe look to get him on the ball a bit more this half, as Joy plays a lovely back heel into McLennan. That ball whipped in, wasn't too far away from Workman, but Perkins gathers.
Well worked by Westside. Encouraging for them.
Stanley there competing with Sanchez. Sanchez skips past him, looking for options. Goes back to Robinson, his skipper.
He's like a little Scottish Terrier in midfield, isn't he, that Stanley? He's just chomping at everyone's heels, winning balls. It's great to watch.
Mapri in there on Workman. Plays ball to Perez. Doesn't find him. Here's Pablo. 1-2. Probably a bit too much on that, and Teresi has to deal with it.
So Westside had got control of this first 5 minutes again, after obviously Aussie Boardman's cross across the 6-yard line. Just lacking a bit of quality when they're trying to get some entries into the box. Some solid defending by Bardon, Ryan. Some solid defending. So
just a comment for the absent Vice President and usual co-commentator Ross Parker, I believe, was attending the wedding of Bardon Latrobe player Kerry Gillaway this afternoon. He's asked for an update on the goal scorers, so it was 2 for Boardman and 1 for Flynn Ovenden. As we find ourselves 3-0 up, and it's early in the second half.
Yeah.
Perez competes with that one, but Stagnetti gets there ahead of him. McLennan finds Sanchez, looking for his options. As McLennan faces up to Melville White. Melville White just watching the ball, not his feet, and does well.
Very good by Melville White, mate. Again, Boardman picking up the ball in between the lines. It seems to be where we're having some success.
Ovenden just overran that one, and Stagnetti was able to come in, but
Ovo sort of got a little bit lost there. Again, going at pace at the centre half and creating a 2v1 would have been the ideal option, but he just sort of
caught in 2 minds.
2 minds, mate. A few bit of wobbly legs.
Stagnetti plays that ball out to Joy that we have seen several times.
Get to see it up close and personal this half, Rhino, with Joy, operating in front of the hill, so it's good to see. Has shown signs of being a bit dangerous.
Anson picks that one up from Perez. Finds Joy, who plays into Workman. Teresi's playing close attention. Does get his cross in, but despite his protestations that Teresi got a touch, it hits the stanchion. Easy for me to say.
Interesting to see the comments from the Gurgis boys in Geelong, which type of centre half Teresi reminds them of. Bit of Fabio Cannavaro. Gattuso in centre midfield if he could play midfield, but he's definitely grown. There's no doubt about that. He's a bit of a unit, Marcus Teresi.
Boardman competes with Pablo. Second ball's won by Bardon, but the ball forward is cut out by Robinson. Khan comes back. He's a bit nervous. Perez gets in on that one. He's going to get the ball here. And keeper does well to recover. And dives at Perez's feet.
Good opportunity there for Perez, mate, again. But Westside not dealing with the Bardon bobble, playing out on that Stagnetti side, that right centre half.
Kangera found Stanley, but Westside come up with the ball, and they've released Sanchez down the left. Matheson standing him up. And his cross come shot is straight into Perkins' hands. We see that long throw, first time to Ovenden. This is going to give Robinson a bit of a problem here, I think. And the centre-back does well to cut Ovenden out. Kangera, though, mopping up. And that's going to be a foul on him from Anson.
He's having an amazing game, Eric Kangera.
Always in the right position.
Always in the right place.
And Anson, I think, took one for the team and took the yellow there.
Interesting fact there. Perkins, his gloves, he seems to have glue on them today, mate. He hasn't fumbled one in the first 54 minutes, from what I can tell. He seems to be sticking them like glue, which is really positive as we cross to an instant replay. You'll just notice there the replay of Robinson picking the ball up of Ovo. Anson gets the ball in the middle. Bad touch. Eric again, all over him.
I think Anson just lands on him there.
He does, mate.
Bit unfortunate, but definitely a foul.
Definitely probably winning the battle in midfield, Bardon. Especially with Eric.
Under 23s coach /
we have one of the
trainee physio Derek Woodford out there.
We have one of the over 35 Div 4's royalty, Spezza, has just joined us.
Consigliere Spezza.
The great Spezza. One of the quality midfielders of the Bardon over 35s, from my eye.
Well, Bardon Latrobe FQPL definitely avenging the 4-0 defeat suffered by the over 35s Division 4 last night so far, but we'll focus on the game in front of us, Mr. Bounce.
Sorry about that, just wanted to mention that.
Mapri over the ball. Eric will be okay. He's back out there.
Back out there.
Looks like Westside are going to pull their first substitution here, Mr. Bounds. So after you've
Sorry,
helped
mate,
yourself
I'm
to
just
a
joined
lolly.
I'm just joined by one of the local Bardon faithful, just providing me with a lolly, mate. So I'm very happy. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Ovenden was found there from the ball forward, but Bergen cuts it out, and it's going to be a Bardon Latrobe corner. So Westside won't make the substitution there just yet, but we'll find out who's going on and off when it happens.
Be interesting, mate. I've probably got a feeling that maybe Workman might be coming off, but or they might be taking off a midfielder and put another striker on.
Oh well, Melville White there was in Acres, and he crossed it in, and McLennan was there to head it over.
Corner number 2 for Bardon for this half. So not only are they leading the scoreboard, Ryan, but they're leading the corners for the second half. Just a novelty fact.
Stanley is over this one with Ovenden. I fancy it will be a Stanley corner. There's a bit of get to know you at the front post. Referee's going to call that one back. Interesting position lining up here, Mr. Bounds. 3 at the front post. There's a new one to me.
Interesting. And then no one really of height.
Short.
So I've got a feeling you might find Teresi peel up to the back stick here, or Aussie Boardman, or because it's the right footer outswinger. Yeah, probably not the setup there that I would have expected with a right foot outswinger, mate. Normally, if they're going to do a left-footed in-swinger, that's probably when you'd put 3 guys on the front post just to create a bit of traffic for the goalkeeper. But look, everyone for their own.
Ovenden finds Stanley. Back to Ovenden. Does well to control it, but he can't find Boardman in the middle. And Westside try and play out. Melville White, though, in again. Boardman tries to turn, but Robinson comes through. Finds Sanchez, and Ovenden mopping it up. I think that will be a Bardon throw. So we will see the substitution here for Westside at this point, I think.
Yeah,
the referee didn't notice it, so we'll play on.
Looks like it's Braybrook warming up, Ryan. He's not really warming up too intense.
Oh, the ball's running quickly from Westside, so again, unable to make that substitution. Melville White to Boardman. Finds Stanley, who escapes the challenge. Good feet. Unfortunately, his pass is just a little bit overhit for Boardman.
Yeah, so back on that substitution comment, mate. Looks like Jared Braybrook's warming up. I don't know much about him, mate. His arms are crossed in front of me. He doesn't look too interested in coming on, but let's see what happens when he comes on.
Stanley picks this one up in midfield and looks for options. He's going to go over the top for Ovenden. He pulls it down, tries to look inside Bergen. Clancy does well, and they play out into Pablo. Pablo to McLennan. Perez working back again. We've seen a lot of that today from the left forward for Bardon. And Teresi should be favourite here as the ball's a little bit overhit. Yeah, finally this
great
substitution will happen.
Great observation you made there of Perez dropping in VPO, mate. He's done a great job today.
And Workman is the substitute, you were right. And what would you talk about his workman-like performance today?
Yeah, don't want to bag the guy, but it was pretty not flattering, mate. He didn't really get a shot off as a centre striker for the first 58 minutes, so it's probably a good substitution in my eyes by Westside. So let's see what Braybrook brings to the table.
So Westside will get us back underway here with Gibbs Joy with a long throw into the box. Melville White tidies it up, clears it away, and Smith will have the throw in. Looks for Gibbs Joy, but great defending there from Andrew Gold.
Andrew Gold again, showing his skills at left back. Pretty impressive.
Mappery got 3 on him, finds Perez, gets it back and plays it through to Boardman. To Stanley, beautiful play here from Bardon. Overden's in Acres on the right-hand side, takes a touch. Is he going to get the shot away? He does, but Khan saves that one. Beautiful play from Bardon.
Yeah, good save by Khan too, mate. That's a positive for him. First save, real save for him in this half, outside that error before where Perez kicked it straight back into him.
Stanley gets close to McLennan and takes the ball off him this time. Into Boardman. Bardon playing it early. It's good to see. Beautiful touches. And Stanley gets the shot away. Oh. That isn't far away. Just sails over the top.
That's some beautiful football by Bardon,
It is a joy to see.
Interesting by Westside. They're allowing Austin Boardman and Stanley and Overton to pick balls up in between the lines. Doesn't look like the centre halves are really pushing up. They're sort of dropping back on their 18-yard box, and Bardon are exposing them here. So we could see a goal or two in the next 5 minutes, Rhino, if it continues.
Teresi plays that one into Braybook, so we're going to get a look in, and he puts it in on Teresi.
Good to see by Braybook.
Different challenge now for Teresi. Melville White's going to shepherd that one out for a throw-in. Teresi is asking the assistant referee if he noticed that one that was left on him, but
Teresi's
to get back on with it.
Yeah, lost the plot there, mate. Wanted to call a meeting with the AR by the looks of it and have a cup of tea with him. Which is the coach, Mapri, the first time I've seen him fire up, wasn't too happy about that, Rhino.
I'm sure it'd be more of a little espresso than a tea, but I get your point.
True.
McLennan picks it up here, but Melville White sees that one. If he play Ovenden went too early, I'm afraid. Otherwise, it would have been
offside. Big shout out to a few of the guys that have come down and watched today. One Chris Percy's obviously name one, and the great Jimmy Bracken, who put in a good performance last night in over 35 football.
Huge turnout down here today at Bowman Park. A few hundred people down, by my estimation.
Yep, definitely. Did a head count on the pooches, mate, and I can pretty much tell that there's about 82 dogs and 2 brown Labradors here to the left of us who've been pretty much slept through the first 60 minutes. Hopefully they wake up for the last 30.
Bergen gets us back underway as he finds Sanchez. He tries to cross it in, but the cross-come shot fires wide of Perkins' goal. As you say, we're probably in a bit of a lull in the game, but there's been some lovely stuff from Bardon. It's really clicking in that midfield and up front.
It's interesting by Westside. I thought 3-0 down at half-time they might chase the game a bit more, mate, and make a bit of formation change. To me, it looks like they've sort of dropped their back 4 deeper, and Anson in midfield just looks like he's gone into a traditional 6, which has really prevented them from really pushing onto the Bardon defence. So interesting to see what they do this last 30 minutes. Perkins'
kick is Melville White some work to do, and his header goes out for a Westside throw. So Bergen finds Anson, but Bardon come up with the ball again. Braybook there, trying to make himself busy. Teresi goes back to Perkins. He finds Gold. Gold's going to look for Perez down this wing. Smith plays in close attention. Goes back to Gold, and Gold tries to skip forward to Boardman. It finds him, and he plays it down to Stanley. That's beautiful to see.
Oh, beautiful.
And he's going to get that out to Melville White, overlapping. He finds Ovenden. Can Ovenden switch that into the middle? Clancy does well. Sorry, that was Stagnetti. Cut that one out.
We're so lucky there, mate. That's football. That's what you want to see from Bardon, mate. That's beautiful football.
McLennan looking for his options. Gold's going to be favourite to cut that one out as they look for Joy again. No Joy down that wing.
Definitely no Joy, mate.
Perez's ball is cut out by Anson's face.
He's not in a good way there.
Just took one in the face. They call that a falcon in basketball, my other sport.
I don't know what they call it in football, mate.
A sore one.
A sore one. A broken nose, maybe.
But, I think at least Anson's not had one of those before by the looks of his face.
Yeah. He's definitely stopped play. There's no doubt about that.
Right thing to do from the referee, mate. Always check with a head injury.
Yeah, definitely. Take him on, Morgan. Great to see Aaron Gold again. Every time the ball's been switched over to his right-hand side, he's intercepted it. He's done his job.
You've been impressed by Bardon's standing?
Standing left back, mate. I keep calling him the wrong name. Obviously his name's Andrew and I keep calling him Aaron, so I don't know if he's got a twin brother, but Young Andrew Gold's doing a great job.
I believe the Gold Brothers of Mogul are famous.
Yeah, apologies to all the families, the Gold family, for the incorrect name. Play restarts. Stagnetti's on the ball again with his right foot. Okay, he's connecting in midfield. Braybook again, getting himself around it. Teresi.
Bardon do it by committee. Kangera, Stanley, Mapri all in there to compete and win the ball back. Perkins finds Teresi, who looks for Kangera, gets that under. He's looking for an option. Finds Boardman, done very well in the 9 today.
Beautiful.
Beautiful ball over the top to Ovingdon, but Stagnetti and Khan between them are going to claim that one.
Yeah, Boardman's done a great job, mate, playing in the 9, dropping into a deeper role, winning BPO and creating that ball in behind. Definitely having a good game. Looks like Bardon's looking for a substitute here, mate. The guy that I've heard a lot about, Matt Owen, seems to be warming up.
Is Matt Owen coming on?
I reckon it's going to either be Mapri or Perez, mate. That's the call that I'm going to make.
It's Perez, I think.
Bang.
Will be coming off. It's a like for like. Bardon's number 19, Matty Owen coming on.
Had a 50-50 pot shot at that, mate. It was a 2-to-1 odds and pretty much picked that up.
Well, Perez has put in a good shift today and definitely seen him working back a lot, which was good to see, helping out.
Yeah, very good in BPO, mate. Probably, if Mappi reviews the video, I'll probably think that he'll try and get a bit more out of him in BP, mate, going forward. But great shift by the lad.
Sanchez has the ball here. And Teresi gets a foot in as McLennan looks to work some magic on the edge of the box, but he's crowded out again. Bardon have done that well today in numbers. Ovingdon's got the ball, looking for an option. He's looking for the new man, Owen, but can't find him. And Westside come up with the ball with Anson into Braybook. And Bergen getting forward now from left back. I think Westside have got to show a bit more ambition.
Yeah. Good link-up play there in the midfield. But again,
Anson's finds Pablo, but Pablo's ball's cut out as Boardman plays it forward to Ovingdon, making a nuisance of himself, and he's adjudged to have fouled Robinson there. Can't say I agree with that decision, but
it's a bit of an observation for you, Ronno. Looks like Ovingdon's pushing a lot more inside to create a 2v1 on their left centre half, that Robinson, which is causing him not to come and track Boardman to the ball. Seems to be working, so great adjustment there by Mapri and street smarts by Ovingdon.
Westside have the ball again with McLennan. Kangera does his work to get back, and here's Sanchez, stood up by Melville White. Always looking to shoot there, I think, Mr. Bounds, and probably a bit predictable.
It was.
From that angle with a fullback right in front of you.
Again, Melville White doing really well. The fullbacks for Bardon have been good today, which I know I've commented about 72 times in the first 67 minutes, but again, pretty important players in any team. Or structure, I should say.
Just to reinforce your point there, I think Sanchez hits it off Melville White for another throw-in.
Correct. Westside look like they're going to make another substitution, Rhino. Number 5 is his name. I've got a feeling it's a guy called Matthew Stoles.
We're going to go with Stokes, I think.
We're going to go with Stokesy. Beautiful.
Anson has a hit from range.
Just
to
on
be fair
that.
to the lad, he's not hold of that one.
Just on a good shout out to Dave Stokely. Bardon royalty, a very good AFL player that likes to play soccer.
Sometimes at the same time. Perkins gets that one forward. Huge clearance. Ovingdon gets over Robinson with the header. Anson, close attention from Stanley. He goes for the switch ball, which finds Pablo, but Mapri's going to get there first. Kangera again.
That's right.
Good work there from Kangera to get back. Hold Pablo up. Did enough.
Amazing effort there by those two.
Gold finds Owen, but Smith is there. Mapri again. Close attention from McLennan, and it hits the referee. And It'll be a Bardon ball.
Huge fan of those two in midfield, Rhino. They're like the little rat pack, mate. I don't think they're above 8 foot between them. And they just seem to be buzzing around. Very impressive. It's great science, great work rate off the ball. You can be a footballer, but if you don't have work rate off the ball, you're never going to get a touch, are you?
That's how I play. Sanchez, debutant for Westside, comes off. And Stokes is on. We're going to go for Stokes here. Sanchez takes the plaudits from the Westside faithful.
They've been a bit quiet, the old Westside faithful, since 3-0. I had a chat with them at half time, and they sort of said to me that they're going to tone it down a bit, Rhino, until they hopefully get back to 3-3, but they haven't had much luck since that chat, which has been pretty impressive by Bardon.
That's good to see the passion you'd see from both sides.
Correct.
Mappery gets us underway with a restart. And here's Gold. Finds Kingera. Stokes plays in close attention. So it looks like Stokes slotted into right back. So Smith's been released to left midfield. And here he is. Matheson with a committed challenge, as usual. And Boardman settles it down. McLennan on the ball, takes on the shot early, and that one goes wide.
It'll be interesting to see what Westside do this last 20 minutes. I reckon you're going to find Pablo, number 8, is going to start pushing a bit higher, or number 10 at McLennan. But it doesn't look like that's the case again in their BPO formation, Rhino. Looks like they're again going that 4-1-4-1.
It's been 10 minutes, come on!
Probably time for them to roll the dice a bit, mate, and probably put 2 up front just to create that pressure on those 2 centre-backs a bit more. Bardon have had a bit of a field day.
Ovenden here, looking at the new guy, Stokes, looking for an option, and he almost got that through to Owen, but Stagnetti cut that one out. Bergen finds Smith, but Melville White again is in. Stanley looking for options into Matthew Owen, plays it out wide to Boardman. Boardman's going to cross that one in, looking for Ovenden at the back post, but it's a little bit overhit. Yeah. Ovenden has surprisingly big hops, but couldn't get to that one.
No, so Stagnetti gets the ball again from a short kickoff and tries to play down the lane again, which is a common occurrence, it seems, by the Westside's right centre half. Ball back in their back third. Stagnetti's going to go to the left side, over across to Khan, who's on his left foot.
Oh, we've seen some trouble from the first half, but he finds Robinson there. Long ball forward. And we're going to come to the edge there for Perkins. So go enjoy with those direct long balls from Westside. As Perkins gets some height on that one again. Stagnetti does well to head that, not let it bounce. Mappery picks that one up, and Boardman helps him out. McLennan competes, and now Pablo comes up with it. Kingera stands him up, finds the new guy Stokely at right back. Pablo just out here in front of us asking for the ball. Can't be found. Matheson's going to come up with this one. Stanley and Owen combining. There you go, Owen against the byline there, which you like to see, but unfortunately the cross is over here. Has to go down there.
Yeah, no. I like to see a winger get to the byline, mate. Just the execution of the cross lacked a bit there by Owen. Again, getting to the byline doesn't mean you always have to put it back stick. There's 2 options, either cut the 6, penalty spot, or a deep post, but lacked the execution. As Khan kicks out Robinson, who comes back out to the right-hand side, Rhino. To Stagnetti, who's going to go down the line, and Goldie again picks it up. Eric.
Well, McLennan picks Kingera's pocket there, and he's looking for his options and finds Smith. Smith looks up, and Stanley's adjudged to have come across and given a little foul there. So it's a decent position here for Westside for a free kick.
Yeah.
Certainly seen them curled into the top corner here.
30 yards out, mate. Me and you have both taken 3 kicks from here and killed a few koalas in our time. Hopefully McLennan makes the viewers day and even creates a save here out of Perkins. Let's just wait and see what happens.
So we'll see how this develops. Is McLennan over the ball. Gets it over the wall, goes to the bottom corner, but Perkins watched it all the way and decided to punch away.
Impressive by Perkins again. Quick on his feet. One dipped over the wall, got himself across with his right eye and just fisted it away. So corner on that far side again for Westside. So that's now 8 corners for the game, mate. They probably want to convert one. Short one.
McLennan again goes deep, looks for Robinson. Mappery does well to get his toe in there and deny an opportunity to get that back in. Robinson throws that back in and Gold's there. Pablo looking for options, but Stanley gets the clearance. And then Smith is unable to control Anson's ball forward. So a big game in the Premier League overnight, mate. I'm not sure if you managed to watch the highlights, but the Arsenal crumble is happening with Southampton.
Yeah, interesting result there, mate. I didn't watch it, but at about the 80th minute mark, I thought, oh my God, Arsenal to get a point is probably a positive from the situation that they're in.
Stanley tried to take on an early shot there with Khan off his line, but unable to do it. Quick mention for your beloved Eagles, who seem to have come to life with the Owl back in charge.
The great man's back. Good old Woy is back, mate. And great result against Leeds, mate, with 5-1 with good old Michael Randerson. Would have loved that result. Again, great to see Crystal Palace scoring goals.
Back to the game in front of us here, though. Enough Premier League talk, and we won't mention Coventry City, who will be in the Premier League next year with a good run, as Perkins gets this ball.
The old sting, or what would you call the steam, seems to have gone out the game, mate, a bit.
Tough at time for both teams now with 3-0.
Yeah.
Bardon happy with that, and Westside probably realising that the game might be beyond them.
Interesting comment you made there, mate. There's 2 ways of going about it here for Bardon. They can either go and be aggressive and try and create a bit better goal difference, or they can just sit and see it out. So hopefully for the viewers, they don't sit and see it out, they create more.
Well, Khan almost sells Stagnetti short there, but he manages to come up with it. Finds Bergen, left back. Bergen into Smith. And Ovenden cuts that out. Bardon just first do everything today. Yep. Melville White getting forward from right back. He's going to cross it first time. There's no really in there for Bardon. But the substitute Stokely gets it away.
Getting that link up play by Boardman in between the central midfield and defending space again. Credit that overload down the right there by Melville White. Good to see him still getting forward. Bardon have the ball on the left-hand side, Rhino. Ovenden's come all the way across.
And he's fouled there from Stagnetti.
Stagnetti's giving him the old call to the right bum, the old right, what do you call it, abductor, would you? I don't know what you call that muscle, but he's cramping up. Mappery's, don't know if he's a trainer or a physio, mate, but he's giving him the cramp leg up.
Ovenden gets a lot of attention in games, often finds himself on the floor.
I heard whispers he's a bit of a pin-up boy. Bowman Park, mate. Great to have him back. Obviously had a year off with a knee injury. Just having a chat with Mappery. Probably talking about what's for dinner, just in case Russell's going to invite him round for dinner.
Mappery's over this one. Plays it down to Kingaria. You have seen him have a dig from there before, but doesn't want it this time. Stanley, though, did enough to get free, but the shot was a bit tame, let's be honest. Looks like a couple more changes are coming for Westside. Melville White comes up with the ball again, plays it into Ovenden. He takes it on first time and tries the lob, and Khan does well in goal just to tap that one over.
Great save there by Khan, mate. I don't know if we've got the replay. We have. we don't. Just focusing on the goalkeeper throwing out, but good little. Actually, we may have this. We do. Melville White again. He puts it across to Ovo. It just has a
Interesting
quick
chip.
little dink. I don't know if he meant it, but anyway, it looked good for the camera.
So the corner comes in. Owen now with a bit of height at the back post, and he does head that one, but with Anson doing enough.
And that's going to be a substitution, double substitution for Westside, Rhino. Looks like a Napo's coming on, number 13 and number 16, Nasia. My mate here, Young Joy's coming off by the looks. Decent player. Be one for Mapri to look out for on the transfer market next year. Is pretty impressed, but didn't really have a good day out. Probably lacked the service that he would have liked in number 7, Young Gibbs Joy.
They really didn't get a lot of joy out of him today.
No.
As Khan gets us back underway.
So Napo's gone onto the right side. It looks like they've gone. Oh no, they've gone 3 up front, mate. They've stuck to the same formation by the looks. They haven't changed anything. Nasia's gone up in that right wing. And Napo's to right back.
Mapri and Ovenden come together a little bit there. I think saw one from Mapri. It was his own player, a bit of friendly fire.
Oh. Boardman being the father figure, Rhino, just
Great to see from the skipper.
great to see, man.
Leadership, experience. And Gold again beats Braybook to the ball.
He's injured, boys. He's injured.
Stagnetti now, looking up, looking for options. Great ball into
Yeah,
Braybook.
Braybrook.
Dropped a bit deeper for that one
He
to
did.
give him an option. Here's Smith.
Smith
Quite an option out wide. Stokely has switched to the left now. And the header from Matheson is over.
Well done by Matheson again, Rhino. Great to see that by Westside. That's really the first time I've seen their fullbacks get overload. And again, that Braybook dropping into the hole created that, which we didn't sort of see from Workman in that first 60 minutes. So, interesting.
So McLennan will take this corner for Westside. Goes deep again. And the substitute Anson. Not Anson.
Anapo.
Anapo, my apologies.
Actually, no, not Anapo. Nasia.
Nasia. There's been so many substitutions, it's been hard to keep up.
Very true.
Unfortunately, Squaddy wasn't able to produce us a report today. So we were a little bit in the dark on the Westside lineup and formation.
Thank you to their team manager for a quick 2-minute chat prior to kick-off.
But,
providing us with all the insight.
Perkins is going to get us back underway. He's looking for Owen, but Anson gets there first. That'll be a Bardon throw-in. I could see Redburn doing the old pick me coach dance down there. So, I suspect he might come on for Tyler Mapri at some point.
Yeah.
Owen gets down the line and Anson sees it out.
He's growing a beard. Redburn by the looks, mate. He's trimmed well.
Is that what you call that on his face?
Yeah, rocking the white boots too. He's waving at us in the commentary box, Rhino, which is a great start. Great to see he's engaged in the game.
Well, he would have put in a performance for the under-23s.
True. Unfortunate loss
Stanley
today.
there is in the box, and McLennan makes the tackle.
Young Stanley starting to get a bit more forward in this second half, Rhino. I'm going to call it early. I reckon we might have a Stanley goal in the last 7 minutes.
Be nice to see.
That's my prediction.
Well, Teresi's gone up, and now Matheson joins him. So a little bit more height in the box for Bardon for this corner. Goes deep, very deep.
Very deep.
So deep it was almost on pitch 2. Stanley now can get that one back in. It's a better ball. Oh,
I thought he'd lob the keeper there, Rhino. I thought my prediction lasted approximately 32 seconds.
David Nostradamus bounds almost sees the future. It is Redburn.
Okay, are we going to go Mapri or are they going to go Boardman?
It's Aussie Boardman. Great shift today from the skipper.
Great shift.
Capped off with 2 goals. One a bit of a poacher's goal, but the second a wonder goal. One of the best we've seen down here at Bowman Park.
Yeah, one of the best.
Switches the armband to Teresi. Good to see.
Great shift. I hope he gives us.
Recognition.
I hope he gives us a wave when he comes off. He does too.
Like
Look at the Colgate smile on him too, Rhino.
Well, I know we're sponsored by Man Cave, but it looks like Ozzy's been a bit manscaped there. He doesn't quite have the old flowing locks that he used to have when you. I believe you gave him his debut back in the day.
I did, mate. He was just a strapping young lad. Himself and Mitchell Smart from their under-18 setup came up, and we saw a bit in him, and he ended up playing in the grand final for a Capital 4 when we got promoted back in 2015. So it shows you the journey he's been on, mate. He's a good kid with a good heart and definitely a good head. So I wish him all the best.
Teresi there gets in important tackle as Braybook was lurking. Bardon will be keen to try and keep this clean sheet, I would say, Mr. Bounds, with only the one so far this season in round 1 against Oldbridge.
Yeah.
It'll be important for the defenders and Perkins to see that one out.
Definitely important, mate. Important for confidence. But, yeah, the back 5 definitely have done well. There's no doubt about that. Pretty impressed today. They haven't really been challenged. They sort of had that first 10, 15 minutes Westside where they're playing those diagonal balls to that young Joy on the right-hand side. But outside of that, they haven't really created much.
Owen there competing with Anson and Redburn on there now, and in the Austin Boardman number 9 role. He's going to have to look to hold the ball up. Melville White dancing around, comes back to Perkins to keep the ball. Start again. And Perkins can't find Ovenden with that clearance. Important for goalkeepers to be able to make those kinds of clearances these days, not just boot it anywhere. Now Kangera's looking for options, and he's going to find the skipper, Teresi, who plays it forward to Redburn, but he's not going to be able to get there. Now, Mr. Bounds, they're going to come to you soon and ask you for your man of the match, and you can give that a little bit of thought as Khan goes long to Teresi. Bit of Robinson pressure. Tries to find Smith. Melville White and Mappery there doing some defensive work. So I think this is as good a time as any, mate. So I'll ask you, who's your Man Cave workwear and gear for all your workwear needs? West End based, several outlets throughout South East Queensland.
Man of the match.
Man of the match.
Probably could go on to quite a few people today, mate. It's definitely been a great team effort. A few obviously players that have stood out to me, Austin Boardman being one of them, obviously with 2 crucial goals and dropping into the 10 from a 9 position. But as you know, mate, I'm a centre half, and I don't always feel as though the back 6, the two centre sixes and the defence get enough credit in football. But Aussie's done a great job. I think the rat pack in midfield, I would call them, mate. Stanley and Eric Congera have really, really impressed me today, and probably out of the 2, I could have given the award to either of them, but I'm probably going to go with Eric Congera, to be honest, Ryan. I think he's definitely broken up play today. He's nullified their movement going forward, and as you can clearly tell, he's on the ball now, creating. Hasn't stopped running all day. So, yeah, Eric Congera for me, Rhino.
Well, like you said, you were sport for choice today. But Eric Congera gets his 2nd home Man of the Match award from Workwave, Man Cave Workwear and Gear. Too many of those stolen words. Excellent choice, excellent performance from Eric there in the 6 for Bardon. He'll be receiving a $50 Man Cave Man of the Match voucher.
I hope he spends it in the Man Cave, which he's going to be doing, and decking himself out. Hopefully he shares it with his mate, Stanley. He was obviously not far off winning the Man of the Match in my eyes, Ryan. But again, there was multiple performers today. The back 4 haven't put a foot wrong, as you know. I commented on the fullbacks a lot today. Goldie and Melville White were very good. Teresi and Matheson, very solid, very impressed with seeing both of them for the first time in person as a combo, and young Perkins, really good, solid, had gluers on his gloves today. So let's see if they can see out these next few minutes, mate.
Absolutely.
Keep a clean sheet.
Well, Redburn gives Robinson a little nudge there, and it was spotted by just about everyone at Bowman Park. So the referee gives a free kick.
Wasn't that... he didn't really disguise it.
Robinson gets us back underway. Stagnetti into Braybrook. We've seen that work a couple of times this second half, and Smith now picks it up out wide. Looking for his options. He finds McLennan, who fires into the net, and that's the clean sheet gone in the last minute of the game.
How did I jinx that, mate?
Well, you didn't choose the back six in the end.
Exactly. I chose the midfielder for that reason, just in case. We got exposed there by that second line run, and I hope it's not my man Eric that's let him go past. It is too. It's Eric. Oh, probably awarded a little bit too early there, Rhino. Is there any chance I can flip it?
No, once it's awarded, it's awarded. It's public information.
Young Eric. But anyway, he'll learn from that. Again, tracking those second line runs, but great work by the young number 10 from Westside to get in that space. That's actually the first time I've seen Westside come into Braybrook, play back to the midfielder, out to the winger, and actually have a midfielder make that second line run. So it's obviously worked for him in that instance. So hopefully they learn from that too, moving forward.
Govenden just caught Stagnetti late there, but just apologising as Westside asked for a ball.
Yeah, I don't think Overden's a grub, mate, from what I get told. And he's a good Maris boy. Shout out to all the Maris boys that may be watching or listening.
Well, the free kick's being taken from about 15 yards in front of where the incident occurred, but the referee's happy to collect his paycheck and get out of Bowman Park alive.
I think he's ordered his Chinese takeaway and he's getting ready to pick it up, mate.
Robinson's making a late run forward here. Matheson's going to have to deal with that one.
Ooh.
And Braybrook was the one that got there, and Perkins claims.
Braybrook's definitely done well in this 30 minutes, Rhino. He showed something.
Westside amusing themselves by counting out how many seconds Perkins takes to clear that ball, but he finds Owen, who plays it off Khan for a corner. So I had to count how many seconds it takes for Owen to retrieve this ball from the creek.
He's caught a couple of frogs on the way out.
Well, some very rare frogs in that creek, and
there is.
I recommend a great adventure for you to take your children down there and
good.
Spot them.
That's true. Might get the binoculars out in a minute.
Referee's come over to take this, and also say there's no rush. Stanley is there for the short one, which he finds him. Stanley goes inside, looking for options, and plays it off the substitute, and we're back with the Frogs.
Another special guest here on my right-hand shoulder, Rhino. Young girl from Bardon supporters, been here watching the video.
Wow.
She's supplied my lollies. She's done a great job today.
Let's get the energy high.
Shout out to her.
And the energy dropped on the pitch. The energy was high on the commentary box. Stanley is competing for the ball here. And that one went out, I think, but it'll be a Bardon throw. We're just in the dying seconds of the game here. I'm not sure how much was indicated by the fourth official. As there was no fourth official. Mapper gets that one high in the end. That is the end of the game. So a 3-1 win for Bardon Latrobe. 2 goals from Boardman and 1 from Ovenden. Bit of a shame to lose that clean sheet right at the end there, but a good goal from young McLennan from Westside. Former Capital coach David Bounds, your final thoughts on the game?
Yeah, mate, thoroughly enjoyed coming out and watching. I think Bardon did a great job defensively for probably 89 minutes of the game. They were very solid, and going forward showed some really good signs. And yeah, definitely enjoyed the game. I think Mapri's created a good side, a good culture. I like the way the midfield play, and I definitely like the link up today with the front three. It's definitely got a few more wins ahead of them if they continue to play like this. So hats off to the Bardon Capital Collective.
Well, expertly wrapped up there, and thanks again for joining us today. I think our next home game is against High Flying Yeronga on the 6th. Great to get back to winning ways here today at Bowman Park before that big game. And we'll see you next time as Bardon win 3-1.